everyone, it's Soyoung Ali, and I'm from South Korea. What if I told you that your hobby can make your money? My hobby did it for me, but it was an uphill battle. I'll tell you my story. When I first moved to the US last year, my mother-in-law worried that I would get bored while left alone at home during the day while my family members were working. One day, she gave me knitting needles and a ball of yarn. I didn't even know how to knit. My mother-in-law said I could throw away the needles and yarn if I didn't like them once I tried. I really appreciate that she told me that, and it made me very comfortable to try new things. I made it a goal to make a scarf for my mother-in-law. I was sitting on my bed with a ball of soft and snuggly velvet yarn and 2 needles that looked like chopsticks. I googled how to knit a scarf, and there were tons of videos on YouTube. I thought if I learned how to knit in English, I could learn how to knit and practice my English at the same time. In other words, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, just like the proverb says. I decided to learn how to knit in English. I had to turn on English subtitles because my listening skills were too poor. I couldn't watch their hands and read the subtitles at the same time, so I stopped and repeated the video every 5 seconds. I unraveled my work when I forgot how many rows or stitches I did. I started using a piece of paper and a pen to track the rows, and I lost my paper. Then I downloaded an app to track the rows instead. I forgot to add numbers when I finished the row. Nothing makes me angrier than a wad of tangled yarn. If I hadn't set a goal, I might have given up, but I really wanted to make a scarf for my mother-in-law. It took a month to finish my first scarf with 256 rows using a beautiful diagonal basket weave pattern. I should have started knitting with an easier pattern. I didn't even know that knitting pattern had varying levels of difficulty. Although I was proud of myself when I finished my first project, I needed to take a break from the knitting needles because I was so frustrated. A few days later, my friend gave me a crochet hook and 2 balls of scrubby yarn. So I started a new project with the crochet hook. It was totally different from the beginning. I set another goal to keep pushing myself. I started making a dishcloth for the person who gave me the crochet hook and yarn. It was really my thing. It was easier to make whatever I wanted, including when I had to unravel and restart. After several small projects, I was able to design tumbler covers, bottle couches, and purses myself. Everyone who saw the designs I crocheted encouraged me to sell them on Etsy. I began researching what I needed to do and eventually got a business license to open an Etsy shop. I also started a YouTube channel about how to crochet in English. Of course, I'm still struggling to learn new things such as writing scripts for my YouTube content and writing descriptions for selling my Etsy products. And I'm still alternating between being frustrated and proud of myself. But thanks to my new hobby, I was able to keep busy during the quarantine. I would recommend everyone start learning something new. You may feel discouraged if you don't succeed at first, but persistence pays off in the end. I found that challenging myself and learning new things was both fun and fulfilling. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my story, you know what to do. Start your own new hobby.